Okay, I think we're on here, but I want to start a little bit early and just talk a little bit about yesterday before we get into everything today. A lot of movement. A lot of movement in Bitcoin this morning, actually, too. Just under 70,000. Has been lower. Has been down more towards 69,000. Uh, we're seeing big moves here. Okay, and it's significant. So you got to price out for big moves. I have Google on here. Google was the greatest thing since sliced bread yesterday afternoon when the earnings came out, and they're talking, oh, Google's up, everything else, will bounce with it. Well, Google's down this morning. Google's down, 6% this morning. So not sure if we're ahead of the game here or what's going on with all the spending and what's going to happen. Is it going to come to fruition, or is everybody just screwed because they're spending too much, expecting things to move accordingly? That I really don't know, but not for me to think about. My stuff is to think about, on a daily basis, what's going on, and go from there. I had some decent situations yesterday. One that was not, but didn't affect me too badly, was Palantir, which came in, started picking up some stock in the low 140s, and it got into the high 130s, went out a little south of 140. Now it's 135. So sometimes I look at things as additions here, as in stocks trading 135 will look to pick up some of what I had yesterday, but a bit lower. So I'm looking initial pickups in Palantir. My real price today for it is 122 and change, but look to pick some up piece by piece here. 129.49, 127.74, 126.04, 124.38. All right, to see what I can pick up and try to use that for trades there. And then my actual price is 122 something. I'll tell you when I go through stuff later on. But into this day, let's talk about the earnings situations in which the stocks we normally follow. So headed off with Qualcomm, which spoke on their earnings, saying that the projections are not going to be what they thought they were. So the stock is off a bit. Just waiting for it here. Okay, we see Qualcomm's off about 10%. Trading almost 134. I have it 114.48 at 152.06 to short it. Just expecting bigger moves across the board here. Okay, we're seeing big moves. We got a plan for bigger moves here. That's the only way I can term it. So add a little something if you think you have something priced out properly. Add a little something to it to both sides, because I can't really say that we're not going to turn around and bounce either. Could have a flood of money coming in. I mean, don't know at what levels we're going to see more, and it's an attempted buy the dip kind of thing. Does it always work? No. So be ready for anything. It's like the freaking Wild West here last few days, which makes for really fun trading. I mean, really, these are days that we friggin' live for. Okay, so bear that in mind, that these are good times. These are not these boring up markets where things just creep up slowly and there's very little to do. And if you try to short, you're just going to die a slow death. All right, so my words of wisdom for you this morning. Back to more of these. Estee Lauder had earnings. Stock is off again about 10%. Trading 107.70. Looking for my first purchase around 92.39. Looking to short at 122.72. And again, these represent me legging in, so it's not like everything in there from the get go there. Okay, wait on Carrier. Okay, we see Carrier also with earnings. a little bit lower, trading 61.89. I have it 56.62 to buy it, at 66.19 to short it. We'll see how that goes. I mean, not a stock that moves a heck of a lot. Align, the dental implant people had earnings, and what we got going on here, waiting on a line. Yeah, for the stock's actually up, so I have a few stocks that went higher after earnings, but a line being one. Trading 175.50. I have it 147.06 to buy it, at 194.38 to short it. CPAY, which I wish I could tell you what the hell it is, but I kind of forget. Waiting for it to show. It's slow here. Wait for the charts. So it's Corpay. Okay, I totally forgot what that was, but Corpay up 8%. So it's trading 324.98. Is that a new high for the year? No, not even close. The old high was four. The old 52-week high is 400, so way far away there. But anyway, it's higher. Thinking 295.88 to short it. So that would be more than a fill and then some. All right, not a stock that I know, so being careful here. And I am at 341.71 to short it. Okay, and then we have the aforementioned Alphabet, which I still tend to call Google. Okay, and initially, when earnings first came out yesterday afternoon, it was down. Then it kind of bounced back, and it was up some. I want to say it got into the high 340s. Anyway, now it's right around 313. For Google this morning, I have it 295.50 to short it, at 342.92. No, 295.50 to buy it. Sorry. At 342.92 to short it. Also, with earnings, we have ELF Beauty, symbol ELF. And this guy's something must have been going on here, because people expected some kind of sell-off, but here it is right back above where that 3 o'clock sell-off began. So it's trading 89.48. It's up. Took back everything that it lost in that sell-off. But I have it 78.85 to buy it, at 101.42 to short it. ARM Holdings, semiconductors. Also with earnings off a bit, off 6%, trading low 98s. I have it 91.54 to buy it, at 115.44 to short it. So we're still happy with that ARM price. Hang on. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. Okay. Let's stick with that for now. And O'Reilly Auto Parts, ORLY. Waiting here. Okay, so look at 94 right now after earnings. Just want to check what we have stuff. Okay, I have it 86.51 to buy it, at 99.35 to short it. Okay, and O'Reilly. I mentioned my Palantir situation. There are also a few things where I traded things, but then kind of missed the middle of the day there, because I had some other stuff going on, and that could have worked out better, I guess. But I had some decent trades, so I can't really complain about them. But we saw some really big moves. You can look at SanDisk, and then WDC, and then Seagate. SanDisk is the only player I have going on in relative strength. I have it as a short this morning. I'll tell you where in a second. Okay, so it's looking lower. All right, range was pretty ridiculous. I mean, range was 80 points, a little more than 80 points. So even though it's trading 561, I have it at, I got to write this down because I don't have it here, 642.20 to short it. All right, have it at 642.20 to short it, and I have 492.79. Good for the day to purchase it. So expecting another day of big moves there. WGC, again, looking lower. I think I just missed out on this low yesterday. One of the few things I had in at this point when everything was really tanking. Okay, because I was 253 something for it, and then of course when it gets down that far, I have to cancel it because then if it does go through, it's going through a lot more, and that happened a lot yesterday. A couple of things I had to cancel, and they not only went through, they really blew through things. So justifies my decision making there. Okay, and oh, by the way, WDC this morning. Let's go back to WDC. I apologize. Going back to it as we're slow here, getting Seagate here. Let's see that. All right, so it's trading 250, 250. I have it 217.08 to buy it at 305.41 to short it, just so we know there. Now we can go Seagate. Those are about 7 minutes before the start of the day. All right, Seagate looking for a one. I have it 339.69 at 471.57 to short it. So way wide there too. Way wide, way careful. Okay, so there's 6 minutes and change. Let's flip through some other names here. Let's look at Apple, which I didn't have priced out yesterday. And initially was up and then kind of avoided the big sell-off because it kind of hung there at levels, didn't really move as much as everything else, but trading 277. I have it 266.70 to buy it at 285.48 to short it. AMD earnings came out and the stock was off yesterday. Okay, managed to stick around 200. It was under it this morning, but still right around there, a little bit above it now. So AMD trading 201. I have it 183.60 to buy it at 216.38 to short it. Go CEG, Constellation Energy, which I did have one trade in yesterday. Okay, numbers. Some of these numbers improving a little bit here. I see Bitcoin getting back toward 70,000. So okay, CEG looking 248.33. I have it 226.80 to buy it at 270.65 to short it. Charter, I had out there as a short yesterday, and it got to almost to my levels, and then I had to cancel it. Then got a little bit higher, and I didn't get a chance to throw out another offer with all the other craziness going on. But it did trade as high as 227 and change. Looking 223 and 223.20, let's say here, and I have a 211.50 to buy it at 234.38 to short it. CoreWeave, CRWV. Try to get through what I can here with the rest of these guys. Okay, looking 79.68. I have it 71.29 to buy it at 91.53 to short it. Carvana. Really pulled in another one that could have been a nice pickup for me because I had it 372 and it got under 370. But was watching it, never wound up putting it in during this middle of the day. Middle of the day normally is a little bit quieter, but it's when things were really on their lows. So a couple things missed out on. Anyway, it's looking 380 this morning. I have it 351.91 to buy it at 419.02 to short it. Enphase, big move, big gap up yesterday after the earnings, and that got some of the solar stocks going as well. You see that big move up. So up almost 40% on the day, looking 50 this morning. I have it 45.63 to buy it at 58.17 to short it. So pricing it way out there, being careful. Okay, still end up with a lot of trades yesterday. I mean, really, for me at least, there was a lot of trades. I want to say somewhere in the 15 to 20 range. I forget exactly, but because some of them were back and forth things, especially like with Palantir getting rid of stuff and picking some stuff back up, that kind of thing, as the flow moved, as the stock moved up and down there. First Solar looking 231, have a 211.64 at 256.75. GEV, huge range yesterday, $86. Okay, looking 713 this morning. That's come off some. I have it 683.36. I guess I'm going to stick with that for now. All right. Actually, I shouldn't. GEV, I got to go lower here. It's just too close. All right, I'm going to go 674.60 GEV. That's why it's good to have everything priced out here. Okay, I went 674.60 there, GEV. Not in yet, but anyway, as far as shorting it goes, I have it at 789.71, so pretty far away. Doesn't mean it won't get there. Okay, IBM. Mention what we can here. Continue. I'm going to go from IBM to Micron after this. Okay. All right, looking 287 and change. I have IBM 270.72 at 306.01. Micron. Then we go do MGB after this. And then probably be opening. We got less than a minute here. Okay, so Micron looking 368. I have it 345.62 to buy it at 415.95 to short it. MGB, MongoDB. Waiting. Come on, Mongo. You're looking 330, 350. I have a 306.16 at 363.71 to short it. Almost 9 o'clock. Almost 9:30, rather. Hang on. Just got to grab some water. Okay, here we go. Get into our day here. We got 9:30, so let's check out from the get-go what we have going on. Is we see MGB opening 332, give or take. All right, as far as upside stuff goes, let's start with ELF. Okay, waiting on ELF here. Okay, see the gap up in ELF there. Okay. So trading 93.50. I'm looking 101.42 to short it. So have eyes on it. I'm not going to put it in quite yet, although maybe I should. Hang on. Okay, just put it in. All right, so 101.42 in ELF is there, just to have something in there, and check another couple of prices here in ELF as well. This is trading 95. So I have something in there. Just off my sheets. Need a second. It's back 93. Oh, well. I'm going to go 102.54 and 104.77. Okay, so the 102.54 I just put in, 104.77 not as yet. Bless you. Okay, a line. Okay, another gap up after the earnings, trading 176. So I'm up at 194.38 to short it. See what happens there. This CPay. Corpay, which I keep forgetting the name of, trading right around 326. I have it at 341.71 to short it. See what happens there. Nothing else going particularly higher yet, but should look at the down moves here, starting with Estee Lauder, EL. Okay, so trading 101.57. I have it 92.39 to buy it. Qualcomm, again after earnings. Qualcomm coming back a little bit. Been as low as just under 133. Now trading 136. Pretty far out both ways, so not going to be a focus just yet. Alphabet, we're about to see open down, moving down more. Okay, still pretty far away from me. It's just under 310. Well, now a little more than that. 309 and change. Have a 295.50 to buy it. We'll see what kind of move we get there. I want to go right now. I want to go IonQ, because that's off right away. I better be looking up these guys. QBTS and Rigetti. Okay, and I'll tell you right now where I'm at. IonQ, it's off from the start here, so better get moving here. Okay, I'm still pretty far away. I'm 29.52. I'm not going to put it in. I just want to have a note here. 29.52 for IonQ. Don't have it in yet. Trading 33. So I had it priced out pretty well that I still have room here. Kind of forgot where I was at. Probably not the best thing. QBTS waiting here. Waiting for it. G-Wave. Okay, so trade 19. I have it 16.75, so can wait there. And Rigetti, RGTI. I have it 14.46. It's trading right around 16 right now. These guys have come in a lot, obviously, so see how well they still move. I wanted to take a look at Palantir. And see, it did trade 135. Now it's a bit higher. I'm down farther to try to pick up some stock. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. See, Bitcoin's 70,000, almost 70,500. So a little bit of a move up from its lowest levels there. Want to look at Pure Storage because that was looking down as well. PSTG. Big candles, though, right from the get-go here, up from just under 65, now 66 and change. Have it as a short up at 68.94. Thought I'd at least mention that. What else do we have going down? We have Sunrun down quite a bit here. Which again, I better check my levels on. And then Enphase as well. We're going to see Enphase. And then we have Solar Edge down here too. Solar Edge not quite as much. All right, Solar Edge we can skip, but let's let Sunrun we see trading 1943, so that's off a buck and change already. Me and Sunrun today, I have it 1837. I'm not going to put it in, but I just want to have a note on it. And Enphase, which I mentioned after that big day yesterday, where it was up almost 40% after the earnings came out. Okay, so almost 49. I have it 45.63. So start of a move. Holding off, though. Holding off, not in a big rush to put stuff in there. Okay, just so you know. Should now start to flip through some of the stocks that I normally follow, starting with Apple. So quieter start here. Okay, was expecting something more toward chaos, but things definitely quieter than the past couple of days. Doesn't mean things won't get going. Excuse me. Still a little post nasal drip thing going on, I suppose. All right, Apple 274, kind of middling as far as where I have it priced out. It could be the kind of day where, expecting such a move that we don't quite get as much as we expect. But that's fine. It's been, it's already been kind of a crazy week, so a quieter day would be okay. But hey, we want to make money while we can, and these moves have been good, so try to take advantage of the situation best we can. So AMD, yeah, right there in the middle. Looking for more there. Constellation Energy, CEG, waiting on here. So waiting on the rest of it. Okay, so it's up a little bit, just a little bit under 253 now, 252. Pretty far away there. I think that's going to be a theme here if we don't get moving some more. Charter. Okay, now Charter actually coming off a little bit. Was looking right around after opening a little bit, getting up a little bit higher in that first candle. The second candle, pretty big down candle. So that gets my attention some, although I'm down to 211.50 here. So I'm pretty far away in Charter regardless. Core Weave, we're almost 10 minutes in, and again, I turn it quiet. Core Weave practically dead middle of where I have things priced out right now. So not seeing as much there. Okay, Carvana off its worst levels. Okay, bouncing back after this candle initiated with a down move, been as low as 371. I have it 351.91. So looking for bigger moves, right? Looking for bigger moves. We looked at end phase and run, but need to see First Solar. Okay, First Solar really wasn't involved in that stuff yesterday, and still pretty quiet. I'm pretty far away in both ends there. GEV was kind of ridiculous yesterday with the amount of move. Okay, going up right here for now. All right. After opening way the heck near the bottom, but straight up so far, GEV. IBM. And I guess like these last couple of days have been learning situations too. Good trading, but also learning situations as far as movement and stuff goes. So I'm treating it that way. Hopefully you guys treat it that way also. Okay, so use it, use it to your benefit and also use it education wise. And just looking markets as a whole, S&P's off 0.8, NASDAQ off 0.3%, Dow off about 0.6, and Bitcoin 70,500 right now. So has bounced. I've seen it now low 69,000. So it's bounced back some. All right. So IBM here. Not a lot going on right now after some decent moves, especially 2 days ago. Intel. Okay, look at Intel moving back there. All right. Already back $2. I have it at 51.55, and I just put it in. Okay, so Intel 51.55 to short it. It's making a big move back, and I'm glad I priced it that way because maybe it'll work out. I just want to take a peek at these quantum stocks. Are they still coming in? All right, I see consolidation to an extent in IonQ and bouncing back off the bad levels. So we'll check out the other guys just yet. We'll just do them in order. MDB first live look of the day since the opening bell. We just happened to have it on there. Okay, MGB pretty much flat after being down a little. Micron. Okay, pushing up a bit. I have it at 415.95 to short it, so I'm pretty far away there. Most of my stuff is going to be away, at least initially. We'll see, how big we get as far as moves go. I mean, you just got to be ready. Nvidia didn't move a lot yesterday. It still doesn't move. It doesn't move. It just more should happen here, and there's not much going on here. After it had a range of $7.60 yesterday, so not really seeing it. Oracle, another one under $10 yesterday as far as range goes. When a lot of things were moving a lot. Again, Oracle's off a little bit this morning. I am pretty far away both sides, but pretty much equal out on both sides. Palantir, like I said, have things in for smaller moves. It's definitely not moving as much, but first partial purchase here I'm looking at is 129.49. So we'll see if it can get down there and get me back in this game. Pure Storage. We're almost 15 minutes in, and again, definitely quarter. And the craziness of the past couple of days. All right, Pure Storage candles, big candles moving both ways here, and now some green again, and pretty good range, $2 worth of range already, and I am at 68.94 to short it, so I'm $2 away there. But I want to make a note. I'm not going to put it in, but make a note of the 68.94. So at least I have that nearby. Okay, QBTS, G-Wave. My voice is a little bit off this morning. That's okay though. Been down around 19 now 1950. Not great range as of yet. Rigetti. And again, I think we're back to this is what we do kind of stuff. Checking on all these guys. Rigetti. I'm like $2 away on the long side because it's 1650. First look at rocket companies this morning. RKT. Excuse me. After halfway decent range for rocket yesterday, quiet start of the day there. You can go back and look at run again, see what has changed since last time. Okay, so moving back up a bit after it was lower from when we saw it. So we should look at end phase also. Okay, and end phase a little bit better. Again, I'm down 45.63 to buy it. Let's go Solar Edge because we haven't looked there yet. Okay, right around 34. I have it 30.23 to buy it. Okay, now back checking in on our SanDisk and Western Digital and Seagate. Okay, SanDisk pushing up. All right, that's the only relative strength play I have out there, and I have it at 642.20. And just to have it in, just put it in there. Okay, and I should check out other prices here. And I was like, where do you price these out? So 642.20. I'm not going to put out any other prices in yet, but just want to have something here. 652.91. 661.14. And from there, who knows? From there, that might be trouble in River City. We'll see. But, this is planned, all right? This risk is planned here, okay? Try to minimize the surprises, although, seen bigger moves, last couple of days. So that's when the tweaking comes in a little bit, like wider ranges. Okay, WDC making the move back to flat on the day. Uh, as a short, we'll have it out there at 305.41, so a long ways away there. Not really looking for any trades yet. Seagate. Okay, also making a move back after being below 400. Okay, and again, Seagate, I'm really far away, so not going to mention anything else again there. Tesla. Still just a little bit under 400. Okay, it's going to hang out there, try to hang out there. I don't know. After being, down closer to 390, here it is hanging around 300, pretty far away. I did not price out Rivian, but want to take a look here. Okay, Rivian just not moving. Okay, we can take a look at Sarepta too as well, which I also didn't price out. Okay, not much going on there. Back to stocks on the upside here. We got Corpay. Waiting on it here as we're almost 20 minutes in, and quieter. Definitely quieter here. All right, so has been as high as 332, and right now I'm just put in my 341.71. Okay, so I put that in. I'm not gonna look up anything else for now. All right, we did see a couple of big candles there, so that's interesting. A line, I haven't checked that in a bit. All right, it hasn't, it moved up a little. I'm at 194.38 to short it, and it's right around 177. So I guess we'll see there. We'll see what happens there. ELF. Okay, so sliding down some. It's 88. I have ELF 78.85 there to buy it. I had put in the 101.42 bid when it popped up around 95, but it's come off. It's typical move, typical earnings kind of day move, where it gets going and then retraces really fast. I mean, great move if you can catch it, but I'm just not there today. What can I say? I'm not there. I'm not there. Okay, Estee Lauder, though, I should be paying attention here. Waiting for it. Okay, so it's trading 96.30. I just putting in here 92.39. And below that, it's going to be down 80 cents, so 91.59. So I put in a 91.59 as well just now. Okay, so for Estee Lauder. As it's back around 97. It got down to 96 and now a little bit lower. Let's get through these other earnings names here, or news names, because Qualcomm's more of like a changing the forecast kind of thing, and we see it's coming back right from the lows from right around 133, now 138. So it's making a move back up. Let's look at Carrier. The Carrier had that one big candle. Now it's kind of quiet. All right, trading 63.50 or so. Let's go to Google, or Alphabet rather. Waiting on it. waiting on Alphabet here. Okay, and we see it's made a move back. All right, we saw it down as low as 309. It actually got into 306s. Couple of nice candles back. I have it at 342.92 to short it. Kind of gets my attention here. The move back kind of peps up the market, I'm sure, as well. All right, I see Bitcoin going down a little bit more now, right around 69,900. Just a little heads up there as far as that goes. Let's look at ARM. Here, see what we got going on. I know we got ARM coming back. All right, back up to 107 and change. So I'm at 115.44, and I just put that in. Just making a note here too. So ARM is in there, and again, noticeable move there. Okay, a couple of nice candles both ways, but green getting it into the upside in ARM. O'Reilly Auto Parts, ORLY. Okay, you see he's kind of been hanging out down low 90s. I am probably in the middle here as far as like being long or shorted. So no real comment, nothing really I want to add there. So I think we can let's go back to SanDisk here real fast. Do have it out there 642.20 to short it, and still creeping higher. Okay, a lot of green there, getting it back up into there. So looked at that. Let's check out again then WGC and Seagate. WGC did go slightly positive. Now it's back toward the low 260s. And yeah, still pretty far away there. Seagate, STX. All right, so it made a move back to flat. And again, now it's sliding down a bit, back to around 410. And Seagate, had priced it wide out. I had priced these guys wide out on purpose, and not seeing quite the same moves. And as far as markets, S&P's down 1%, Dow 0.5%, Nasdaq like 6%. As I mentioned, Bitcoin now 69,600. So it did get to like 70,500 or something like that, maybe a little bit higher than that. Since I've been watching it this morning, but now it's moving back down again a bit. So curious to see, how that affects everything else. But back to our main list here, Apple once more. Didn't see much in it before, but now a couple of down candles. Again, we're a little more than 25 minutes in, and not seeing as much. I really haven't been close to a trade after, all the craziness yesterday. Advanced Micro Devices. Still hanging around 200 here. I am 183.60 for it at 216.38 to short it. So pretty far away on both sides there as well. CEG. What we got going on here? Okay, has been better. Did get as high as 254. So now back in toward 250. Again, planning on moves. Last time we looked at Charter Communications, CHTR, we saw a couple of down candles. And last 10 minutes, still hanging out 221 range. Okay, it's been below 220. Hanging here. I'm still a good ways away, so Not going to get too excited over that. CoreWeave is another one where it's pretty much in the middle earlier. And it has been, its first candle was a little bit lower, but still pretty close to 80. Carvana. 380 number. Maybe 380 is the number now for a bit in Carvana until it moves again. I am far away. What can I say? I priced these things to be careful this morning. Not quite seeing the moves yet. And phase have lower. I have 45.63 to buy it, all the way up at 58, a little above 58 to short it for solar. Okay, so $10 worth of range isn't bad. Has made a move back up toward flat on the day. And really didn't participate in the big up move yesterday. Look at the chart from yesterday. Opened up a little bit, but then basically sank with the market a little before, that late rally we got. So moved with the market rather than with the solar stocks. So not sure if it's going to hang with them anymore or what the deal is. Okay, so we had GEV moving back up. I have it out. I don't have it out there, but I priced it at 789.71 to short it. That's about 40 points away. It was getting interesting when it got up around here. I did notice that, but last two candles has faded. So again, not super exciting there. IBM, looking across as we're about a half hour in. Not the mover it has been the past couple of days. Only around 5 points worth of range, kind of in the middle of it now. And obviously then I'm going to be pretty far away as far as that goes. Intel was moving pretty well, though. And I did put it in before. And you see on the end part of that move, it got as high as 50.86, and I'm up at 51.55. But last couple of candles pulls back into around 49. So much for that for now. IonQ. Okay, going down again, not quite to the lows now. Yeah, no, pretty much, yeah. On the lows, I'm still pretty far away there, 29.52 to buy it. Don't have it in yet. QBTS, then let's look at the other two as well. Okay, so 1910. Again, I'm 1675 there, so I'm really far there. Rigetti. Okay, seeing Rigetti, that's something the other guys haven't. Well, I guess IonQ showing that a little bit, just right around 16, just making a new low. Okay, so gets my interest. So pretty far away, but these guys can move pretty fast, so never be surprised there. Always try to be smart about this stuff. MDB. Okay, so on the lows of the day here, so are we going to see some kind of a morning sell-off again today? That yesterday I kept going. It peaked around 130 or so. But seeing some of these guys start to sell off, so be ready, be aware. MDB, I'm still kind of far away, though. Excuse me. Seeing Micron roll here, too. So nice couple of candles up. Very short consolidation. Maybe having you think, gee, is it going to break out here after looking at some of this stuff? And try to get back to 400, which was a number And instead, here we are, 374. Again, I have it down up 345.62 for it, so pretty far away there. Nvidia. I'm feeling you want a little bit, feeling lack of caffeine here. So Nvidia's not moving a lot, $3 worth of range, but is on its lows. So take that for what it's worth. There, Oracle. Okay, Oracle we see sliding here. Okay, so Oracle, that gets my attention there. Okay, so making a note. So I'm actually 130.18 for Oracle, but I'm not putting it in yet. But just looking at that down move, I mean, like I said, gets my attention. Which makes me wonder about Palantir now. Also, Palantir to a lesser extent. Remember, I'm trying to pick up portions of stock after I lost a little bit in Palantir yesterday. All right, so trying to be smart about it. My actual price this morning is 122.76 for it. That's my real thing. But I'm trying to pick up some stock between there and then 129s, 127s, 126s, and 124s. Okay, to capture some stock cheaper that I had yesterday. All right, so we'll see how that works out. I'll obviously let you guys know. If not, during this session, but in the course of the day on Telegram. Okay, Pure Storage. Okay, and I'm seeing Bitcoin 68,800 now, and that's the lowest I've seen it today. So that is okay. Wow, kind of thing. Pure Storage, couple it down right from there. And I mentioned where I was looking to short it, and here we are back down to 65. And I better be aware for Pure Storage, even though I have it lower. I'm just going to make a note here. And I'm actually below 60 for Pure Storage, so I'm a good ways away. But it can have these candles pretty fast. I mean, look at the way it went from 67 down to below 65. So always try to be ready there. Rocket, we didn't see much there prior. Waiting on it here. Okay, and it has come off some. It's trading 1920. I'm 1766 for it. I'm not going to get too thrilled about it as of yet. Hold off a little as far as like putting anything in. Sunrun. All right, so been lower, consolidating. So not really doing it for me as of yet. Looked like it might do something, off the first couple of candles, but hasn't really since then. Solar Edge, not as big a move, hanging around 34 today. Can check Tesla and Rivian as well. Waiting on Tesla. So where it seems like we're getting a rollover kind of move, we're not getting a really, really fast move. And here's Tesla, actually, a little bit interesting. So I see Tesla around 391. I'm 373.06 for it. Gonna have to have eyes on that. I'm not gonna, make note of it yet, but I'm gonna have to. And then here's Rivian. Okay, as we get a little rollover in the market, Rivian's totally quiet today. I'm kind of glad I didn't price it out, but we're moving down. We're moving down a bit slower. I mean, we got the S&Ps down 1.4%. We got the Nasdaq down 1.3%, and the Dow down 0.8%. But what stands out is Bitcoin down 68,500 now. Okay, so that again, that I'm not, solid in figuring things, but I figure it cannot be a good thing, there, especially if you're sitting there long it. Hopefully, nobody's getting hurt too bad as far as Bitcoin goes. I mean that. Going back to my stock board here, just off my phone, keeping track. I see a thing. I just saw a little headline in Peloton, and I saw something this morning. Want to just take a look, see if it's worth us doing something here. Nah, I think we're fine here, even though the stock is down 25%. I think we're okay. I mean, if anything here, I see a stock's going to open down this much. Where would I be here? Probably around $3. Okay. So if I did price it, I'd want to be super careful here. All right. And again, just figured I'd mention that. Okay. I'm just looking at potential stocks on the upside. Nothing really standing out. We can just get back into our list here. Okay. Starting with Qualcomm. The whole Qualcomm situation here. When they're forecasting their earnings to be less. Okay, and it's kind of drifting. Well, as the market's drifting, it's drifting. So we see that going on. So not really relevant to me yet because I have it down 114.48 to buy it. Did put in some Estee Lauder before, so checking on it now. So it has been south of 95, still back to a little bit above it. So I'm 92.39 for it, and then 91.59. Okay, so two bids in there. Looking at Carrier. As we're about 40 minutes in. So Carrier, we got that one big candle, and we haven't seen much of anything since then. All right, and again, you get the only reason I'm following it is because they had earnings, and that is just for today. After that, it'll be bye bye. A line. And another one that's not moving a heck of a lot. I mean, the range is only $7 on an earnings day. I wasn't sure where to price it, so I priced it way the hell out. I expected more of a move. So after seeing the range yesterday was almost $14. Okay, and it's Corpay. I think I remember. Did I get the name right this time? Yes, Corpay. All right. Had gone a little bit higher. I do have a 341.71 offer out there to short it. Maybe something happens there. Oops. Messed this up. Alphabet. Seeing Bitcoin 68,200 now. Okay. All right. Here's Google sliding over a little bit. All right. Ran up fast, sliding back over after it got up around did trade 326. No, almost though. All right. So came back almost 20 points from the lows. Excuse me. And now 8 points lower than that 317 range. Elf. I thought of Elf kind of makes me miss Christmas season and all the Elf movies. Waiting on it here. Okay, and Elf, really that sell-off continues there, and I better get this in. All right, so 78.85 I put in. Okay, and I need another couple of prices here in Elf. Sliding across. We go 77.98. And I just put that in. And I'm going to go 77.03, which I didn't put in yet. All right, so thought I might get it short. And look at it now. Might wind up long it, or maybe nothing. We'll see. Still fairly decent amount away there. Uh, ARM. Okay, so still, somewhat define the market now and still coming back. I did throw out 115.44, throw out that offer to short it. So still have that out there. Trying to keep track here. Bitcoin just under, well, right around 68,000 now. It was just under it for a sec. O'Reilly Auto Parts, ORLY. Okay, and it's been stuck down here, so no move. Is it gonna look to fill? I don't know, but I'm up above 99 to short it, and I don't know. It just does not really super interesting to me right now. Uh, Only relative strength play I have this morning is SanDisk. SNDK as a short, and after a bunch of green, here it is pulling in again. Okay, so kind of all over the place again with a lot of range. Running out of time for my short, but it's rolling. Let's see if the other guys are rolling as well. Western Digital, WDC. Yeah, to an extent, right? After it got back to positive, rolling off. Far away there, real far away there. And the same thing with Seagate. I'm far away there. At least I think I am. See if we see a roll there as well. Yeah, so Seagate back under 400. Okay, now just under 397. Okay, as far as like buying it, I'm just under 340 to buy it. Doesn't mean it won't happen. I mean, if we get some acceleration again, you know, and I'm seeing Bitcoin 67,900. Oh, it's like off like 7% on the day. So this says, I don't know. I'm never sure what's right as far as that goes there. All right, so that was those guys. Let's go back to our list here. We got another 15 minutes of chit chat in here. Then I will, if in fact I do some trades, I'll be on Telegraph letting you know what's going on, or trying to let you know what's going on. Yesterday was hard to keep up with everything, but I tried to. I tried to get most of my trades in there, and they worked out pretty well, with the exception of Palantir, which I'm trying to get back on board with today. And even that, because I try to be careful about entries and size getting in, and that helps you stay in it. Just because it's easy to get scared out of crap, but there are times you trust your instinct and just get out. Other times, you have it balanced out and you stick with, and it works out, or it's not as bad as you think it would be, that kind of thing. Apple's been quiet. Remember, I mentioned this nice little move yesterday before we started selling off, and then it really didn't do much. So I think the fact that maybe it's not moving down with everything else, maybe that's a good sign for Apple overall. But I'm about halfway in between my longs and shorts there. AMD, curious to see if it's rolling a little bit here. So Bitcoin's back up to 68,400. So that was a quick little bounce there. Okay, so AMD's selling off a little here. That kind of gets my attention. Okay, the way Oracle did before. And as far as AMD goes, I'm 183.60 for it. Not putting it in yet, though. Just missed it yesterday, by the way. Not that it would have been any great trade, but just missed the bottom part there. CEG, Constellation Energy. Okay, it's also slid off some. Not enough to get me super excited about it. Uh, been under 245, now bouncing 246 levels. Charter. Okay, here's Charter coming back from under 220. Got up to around about 224, now 223.50. Still middling, but not a bad little move back after it pulled down pretty fast. Core weave. Okay, so got under 76.50, now around now low 77s. So after a bunch of red candles, only one of them particularly big, the one before this one, you see it coming back some. Is this candle going to be a one-time thing, or is it going to keep moving down? I'm 71.29 for the stock, and I'm kind of getting interested here. Okay, so core weave. Just going to make a note in core weave too. And like I said, 71.29. Not looking to put anything in yet, but just have it as a reminder here. Again, then Carvana was hanging out around 380, but here it is moving down pretty fast. Okay, so Carvana better get it together. Okay, so put in 351.91. I should be checking out another couple of spots here. So I'm thinking 346.73. And then 340.46. But only have that one part in there. Okay, and I guess we do these solars on their own here. So let's look end phase. So end phase, a lot of sideways there. All right, a lot of sideways last 20 minutes or so. Not as big a move after it moved down kind of fast. First solar we just talked about a little while ago, so we can go GEV. Okay, so ran up, now back right around 730. But obviously it could move. Take yesterday as an example. So we'll see what the stock does after it came back and then really rallied back and back down again. Steeper moves today so far, I think. IBM was quiet before. Let's see if it sold off a little bit, just like the overall market. No, not exactly. So IBM holding up, but on very limited range. Now, remember, I threw out that Intel short, and last we saw was back around 49, and continued to sell off because here it is right around 48, just under 48. All right, and alongside Intel, I'm pretty far away. I'm 44.29 for it, so I do want to keep that in mind, but not particularly close yet. Boy, what a perfect world that would be if it got short around 51.50 and then pick it up long side after that. Okay, IonQ has been as low as 31.72. Still pretty far away there, so not going to mention that much more. MGB was making new lows last we saw. All right, but it continues to go down some, but bounced back $4 from there. Micron. Okay, got about 8 minutes left with you guys. Just a heads up. I'm not sure if somebody's coming in, but again, you can keep track of my stuff on Telegraph. Okay, as we see Micron right around 370, after, I mentioned that looked like it would break out, maybe get up to 400. Okay, has been as low as 366. I'm 345.62 for it, so pretty far away. NVIDIA, we're going to see some kind of move here. Okay, and just as soon as we had that quick bounce in Bitcoin, here it is, like seeing new lows here, 67,300. Okay, so just thought I'd mention that. NVIDIA, 172 right now. Does it? It just doesn't move enough for me. Oracle, like I said, did get my attention before when it traded. So those candles down to 140. Got under 139.50. Now back around 140. Palantir, where I would like to see a little bit more of a move. What do we got? Okay, picked up first piece there. Okay, that's good. So picked up 129.49 in Palantir. Just as a heads up here. All right, and looking to get small pieces before I get into the real trade today, which is 122.76. So that, at least for now, is working out. We'll see, what happens here. And the thought is, if it goes up from here, I'll sell this piece out. If not, I'll continue to accumulate. But again, just for the day, so I do need it to act better at some point, obviously. All right, and here's Pure Storage with a couple of up candles after being as low as 64.09, which I think was it was a new low. All right, so $3 worth of range, coming back up now, and again, I'm pretty far away on both sides. QBTS. Okay, so G-Wave, like IonQ, has been a bit lower, still more toward the downside, off almost $2 on the day. Don't have anything in yet. I'm 16.75 for it. Rigetti. Okay, about 5 minutes left with you guys. Okay, so hanging 1570s has been a little bit lower. Still pretty far away there. Okay, waiting on Rocket here. Okay, Rocket down around 19. Still looking for a bit more of a move on the downside if I'm going to get long here. Sunrun. Waiting on Sunrun. So it started, it made that down move and has been a little bit lower, but here is coming off somewhat more. I'm still about $1 away. Maybe we see something with this eventually, because it can have big candles. Just hasn't, other than that first move this morning, hasn't had that as of yet. Same thing, Solar Edge coming off too a little bit at the time. So pretty far away right over there. And look at Tesla. And Tesla's still moving down, has been a little bit lower, has been down to 387.50, give or take. And then we also have Rivian, which hadn't been doing much. Just want to see, and did go down around 14, and it's still close to that. The range is pretty poor. Got a little less than 3 minutes left with you guys, so we should hit the ones that I'll be looking at later on. Okay, I stay louder. Waiting for it here. And I guess we're at the point where they're almost all long plays, with the exception of maybe Corpay. And I see louder, by the way. I'm 92.39 for it, and then 91.59 underneath that. Okay, and this Corpay has been as high as 332. I'm at 341.71. Nothing super exciting as far as shorts go. Besides that, other things, I think these quantums are going to get interesting. All right, they're already kind of interesting, and I get that I don't have anything in, but I think they're going to get interesting. Like I said, a little bit of a bounce there in IonQ. QBTS waiting on. Okay, so basically new lows there, right around new lows for Getty. So I think it's going to be time to put these in pretty soon. Okay, probably just after I get done with you guys. I want to go. Let's go back to Carvana too, because I think this could get real interesting. Last week we saw Carvana with 100 points worth of range, and here we are lower now than the lows on that day. All right, it's been down to 360. Like I said, I put in a 351.91. And we'll definitely see, because it can get there fast. And we can look at GEV, which has been all over the place, coming back down again. All right, and again, I'm pretty far away there, but it moves, right? Remember that. And CEG, Constellation Energy, which at last look I was still pretty far away, and it's not worth that much more attention there. And Intel really did start to get my attention now on the long side, with it coming off so fast. It'll be the last one we look at here. So back under 48. Okay, and then Bitcoin's right around 67,100 now. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here, and not sure if there's somebody coming on, but interesting. It still can be a very interesting day. Not moving as much, only one trade on, but let's see how it goes. All right, take care. Have a good rest of your day.